Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome in if you're tapping in live. If you're tapping in post live, welcome in. I'm your favorite Alabama insider and sports media personality, Coach Smook, here with this morning's episode of Walk N Talkin. Yeah, it's the holidays. It's Memorial Day. We got a little late start because we was at the gym getting it in, but we're here. And we're ready to talk to y'all. And today I'm going to pay attention to these camera angles because we've been getting some solid responses on our walk and talk, post live comments, interactions, all of that. So I want to make sure I get good camera shots. And that way, when we clip in these segments, we get good clips. Jordan, good morning, man. Roll Tide. Can you hear me good, brother? I can see good right now. My blood pumping. I just got done working out. What's good? Roll Tide, man. What's good, Russell? Roll Tide. Make sure y'all like and share the video. Share it out, please. Our shares have dropped tremendously. We had 17 likes on the last video, last live, and only 3 shares. I need everybody to share it, man. Loud and clear. Awesome. You can hear the wind. Roll Tide, Zach. You too, man. Have a blessed day. Call in and leave voicemails today because we won't be going live. We won't be having a live call in tonight. It's the holidays. We want people to enjoy their family time, off days, all that good stuff. So I want to see if this security officer will do the push-up challenge with me. It's a lady. I'm walking back home. Y'all go ahead and run them likes up, man. Make sure y'all continue to share it. And we just gonna talk some ball till we get to the house. Hey, good morning. Y'all think she's strong, y'all? She got the weight vest on. She got her vest on. I ain't gonna bother. My chest hurt too. She probably outpushed me today. I don't want to get embarrassed today. Here go that little spot I did my last push-up challenge at. That drop push-up challenge. I guess he cleaning up over here. No wind. Okay. Gotta play taps outside of my apartment at 3 today to honor the fallen. You going to? Oh, that's what's up. Hey, Jordan, send me that clip. Send me that clip of that. You know, taps is something that's near and dear to the heart. I'm just trying to give everybody time to get to live, man. Jordan, Zach, everybody that's in Discord, share the Discord for me. Um, like I said, because the topic of conversation today, and I've been saying this for a while, probably since like the first Georgia win under Kalen DeBoer. I feel like Alabama at that point, in that present moment, wasn't in a better place since Coach Saban. But I felt like that was the moment where if we kind of knew that we were going to be in a pretty good place. And right now, today, getting ready for the kickoff of fall 2026 season, I think we are in a better place since Coach Saban left. A lot of people will disagree. They think about all the things Coach Saban was able to accomplish in his era during his tenure. And I think with all the outlying factors, the underlying factors, not outlying, but underlying factors, I don't think we would, as Bama fans, would have experienced the same level of success had Coach Saban been up against some of the variables that this era of college football coaches is up against. One thing Coach Saban benefited from, number one, not just, and I ain't talking about schematics or just being a football mind, but having that ability to get guys to Alabama. And at that time, during the early stages, you saw freshmen, sophomores getting a lot of playing time that were transitioning during that '07 to '09 era of Coach Saban's career. And after that, after that first 3 or 4 years, you saw a lot of seniority veteran presence across both sides of the ball. And that's what Alabama became. It became like it was an honor to get the offer. But if you wasn't going to see the field as a freshman or redshirt freshman, and if it wasn't in a real trajectory for you to be on the field as a sophomore, you kind of got buried on the roster, you know? And it happened a lot. And so what Coach Saban benefited from was being able to kind of hold players hostage. It wasn't a time where you can go and just transfer and immediately be eligible to play that same season. You had to transfer, sit a year, and then you didn't get that year back. You lose that year. So now it's a whole different ball game. And if Coach Saban, just imagine, think about all those years we had those offensive lines that were like top 5, top 10, but all them guys every year. We never had a year where we had more than 2 freshmen playing on the offensive line at the same time, right? We never had a year where we saw less than three redshirt sophomores on the field as starters. Guys that had time and experience under their belt. That's what Coach Saban benefited from. And the same thing with Kirby Smart. When he got over to Georgia, like he benefited from that. And in the early stages of transfer portal, you know. So I think with those different variables in place, Coach Saban experiences a little bit more adversity. Do I still think he wins 2 to 3 of them? Yes, during that era, because it was some talented teams that just think if they had the ability to go in the portal and get an experienced quarterback, a few of those LSU teams, a few of those Auburn teams, a few of those Tennessee teams, they were a quarterback or a defensive lineman or an offensive lineman away from being competitive in the SEC. So that's a solid point and conversation to make. Shout out to the veterans that fought for our freedom. Facts, man. Yeah, facts, Jordan. It started in 21. It started in 21. And y'all got to think 21 is Bryce's year. That was Bryce's first year. And that's when you saw the change in the shift in college football. We couldn't field a solid offensive line to save lives for Bryce. And then that's when you seen players, freshmen coming in complaining about not getting playing time. When had Coach Saban ever had to deal with that? Ajayi Hall doing all the cryptic stuff in the media. Also, I think another thing that really started playing a factor is the amount of value that players kind of had control over and the type of attention they could demand on social media in this day and age. It's a different ballgame. These young men have so much access to different things, and they got so many different people in their camps, in their ears now, right? It's a different ballgame. So yeah, I think I would have a pretty solid argument to anybody that says if Coach Saban was to become a coach in this era at the university, if he was to come back right now, he would dominate college football. I don't think so. Coach Saban played in the era. Also, let's talk schematics because I think Coach Saban for the era that he was in, he mastered the defense that was needed to be dominant. He mastered how to get personnel, develop, got coaches on. But I think for this era, because of the amount of information out there, it's hard to get head and shoulders above the rest of the country when it comes to just natural coaching, wisdom, and knowledge across the board. You got so many guys that have came through this new era of information that they don't necessarily need to be good on the field to be a good coaching mind, right? Or former player. Analytics plays a lot into this. So, and Coach Saban wasn't necessarily an analytics guy. It took guys like Kiffin and Sark to start making him look at analytics. Even with Pete Golden, Pete Golden was a numbers guy, right? When it came to play calls on the offensive side, on the defensive side. So that was something that kind of clashed with Coach Saban and his philosophy of how he wanted to move. So I look at it, man, and I say, man, Alabama might just be in a better place right now with what college football has. Kalen DeBoer has done a great job, man. I don't care what y'all say. Any coach that could go and win 19 of his first played, we went 11-4 last year. That's 15 games. In the first year, he went 9-3 regular season, 9-4. Did we go 10-4 last year or 9-4? But you look at how everything went, man. It's like you couldn't help but to feel like we in a better place. All the moves across the roster, all the production lost, all the moving on your staff. You know, a year and a half later, you right back in the playoffs, right where Coach Saban left from. Semifinals, one game away from a national championship appearance. 9-4 the first year, 11-4 this year. You got to think Kalen DeBoer has played postseason games in his first 2 seasons as a head coach, like quality postseason games at that. Missing the playoffs and having to play Michigan, two teams that were just going through transition phases, and then having to lose the way we lost to Michigan. That was a one-off. The Miro project, that was a good Band-Aid job. Now we're in the meat of what this staff can do, what they could produce. And I think more so than ever this season, Alabama fans and the rest of college football are going to be able to enjoy it. So I want y'all to call in on the phone lines. Topic of conversation: is Alabama in a better place? Football program, is it in a better place with Kalen DeBoer at the helm? We're in year 3 of this transition, of this new era. Simple question. Call in 334-625-1121. Say your name and put me in the game, Coach Smook. And we'll get your thoughts on the line. We'll react to them. We might have some shorts and VODs ready for y'all to, post and share. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in for our Walk and Talk segment this morning. Hopefully y'all enjoy it. If you're watching Post Live, don't forget to like, share, and comment. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 5K, y'all. Continue to help us by subscribing to the channel, sharing the content. And don't forget, man, when you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be blessed. Enjoy y'all Memorial Day. Shout out to all my veterans, or to my Army. Much love to all the other military branches. We thank you for your service. We take this day to remember all our fallen soldiers, man. All of our fallen soldiers and Marines and all of our military service members. We take this day to honor you. Be blessed. I'm your boy, Coach Smook, and roll tide.